Here we go. Kasva up 2-1. MarineLorD looking for his second victory. MarineLorD will be playing as the French, and Kasva will be playing as the Rus. And as you can see on the minimap, tons of stealth forests on this map. And Lidakor explained earlier about the hunting cabins, how you can hide them and generate some golds without your opponent noticing. And we were also talking about the bounty system, and Kasva goes out right away with the scout to try and find some kills, and MarineLorD is going out with his scout to try and deny those kills from Kasva early.
As you said, there is going to be a second scout for MarineLorD because the idea right now is that you're racing for the hunt. But for Kasva, he doesn't need to stress about the deer that much because this map not only does have a lot of stealth forest, it also has a lot of wolves. And the wolves are a lot more gold efficient when it comes to the bounty system than deer are. You can just sort of lure them in, and they will each give you 25 gold.
Yep, and also Kasva can make scouts out of his hunting cabin, which is a big plus for him. It means he doesn't need to sacrifice his TC time to get those on the field and can continue to produce villagers. MarineLorD, does he only have one at the moment?
He has a second one.
Okay.
One on the far
Oh, there
right.
it is. Yeah, I see it.
And one on the far left.
Yeah.
Kasva's hunting cabin is also exceptionally good. It's a 23 gold per minute hunting cabin without tier 1 bounty even. That's very good. Usually you see 16, 17 gold per minute ones. This is an exceptionally good hunting cabin to start with for Kasva.
23 gold per minute on that, and both players now fighting for those deer in the middle. With two scouts, Kasva can basically one click and kill these deer, and MarineLorD has no possibility to snipe those. That's why you want your scouts together.
Yep. If you only have one scout, it actually turns into a who shoots first contest.
Game. Yeah.
Exactly,
yeah.
Because whoever shoots first will not get the bounty because the opponent will be able to take the kill.
I really like how MarineLorD had 3 wolves. He stayed just in the line of sight of these 3 wolves and brought them back to his TC. So his TC does all the work and not his scout. And he's going to deny a lot of bounty for the Rus player doing that. He's heading now back out with his scouts to find more. He's got 2 wolves chasing his scout in the north.
Kasva, on the other hand, is also coming in with 2 wolves here, and he still has an untouched patch of huntables. Usually, in a 1v1, if you get to like 250 bounties, so that bounty level 2, that's very good. And Kasva's got 3 more wolves coming in. He already has 220, and there's an untouched patch of huntables. He's gonna get to 300, 400 over here. That's impressive.
Yeah, he also saved that patch of hunt for later. He knew it would be more secure near his base. He killed the one at the north. He killed the one in the middle. MarineLorD getting the ones near his base, but Kasva with an excellent opening here.
That is a 10 out of 10 opening for him right now. And you see, he's even killing the hunt while his scout is being chased by the wolves.
Oh, but MarineLorD is coming now. He might be able to find this and deny these deer from Kasva. And now it's a 1 scout v1 scout situation. So we might have the last hit wins battle here between Kasva and MarineLorD.
Oh, villagers are being sent out. That's clever by Kasva. That's very clever.
I like the balancing act here. MarineLorD is trying to get the last hits on these deer. Kasva is trying not to die to the wolves as he distracts the scout a little bit from MarineLorD, and it will cost him some idle time. But he does, I think, get all but 1 deer worth of bounty, and he's going to pull the wolves into his TC, get their bounty as well. And we're looking at his bounty number, and it is at 360 right now. Or sorry, Lidakor. Not Ornlu. I don't know why I'm calling you Ornlu. Lidakor. That is impressive for the opening of this game.
Absolutely. The thing is that he will probably still need 2 transactions, but it was an excellent start. 360 bounty is just absolutely impressive. And you see that MarineLorD is just about to reach feudal age. And for now, for Kasva, the next step is to go probably professional scouts, start ferrying the deer in, because you already have a lot of scouts going, and just get the food you need so that you can actually sell it for gold. That's exactly what we're seeing here. This way, your entire economy is very compact, very safe, and that's why it's very difficult to break this fast castle.
Yep. There's a lot of things just coming together to enable a strategy like that. Also, like how Kasva, while the technologies are coming in, is just attacking the mining camp for MarineLorD a little bit, just being annoying with his scouts. He's already scouted most of the map. He's already killed most of the hunts, so he's just gonna distract the Frenchman a little bit until he can start pulling in those carcasses.
MarineLorD is coming in with his own scouts as well, though. So the game plan is somewhat similar to what Kasva did before, just try to take all the hunt away from Kasva, but I don't think that Kasva needs to be stressed about the hunt right now. He's gonna have enough for Castle Age.
Yep. And he's immediately going to the one patch that is furthest away from his base, the one that is closer to MarineLorD's economy. Professional scouts will be in here 5 seconds, and he's going to be able to snag these carcasses, bring them back, at least 3 of them for now. And he's sending another scout to the middle where MarineLorD is waiting to snag those.
I kind of like that Kasva is opening with the hunt of his opponent, because MarineLorD is bringing his own hunt. Kasva can take his time bringing in his own hunt, and he can prioritize the opponent's hunt first. Although you gotta be careful not to lose those scouts to those knights, because that's probably the biggest danger right now for Kasva.
Kasva is going to run away, and I think he dodges him here in that stealth forest, and indeed he does. The knight is off the case. He's going to have to learn how to track better as the scout makes its way back to Kasva's economy, along with these other 3 scouts that are heading back with full carcasses.
I love the tower from Kasva on his wood line. Is it needed to protect your eco from the knights? Not necessarily. But it's also going to boost your wood income, so there's a lot to love about this tower. And you see now he's quickly ferrying in the deer from his own base. He went all the way up to 6 scouts, so he's gonna be able to take most of the hunt from the map, I do believe.
MarineLorD did snag the rest of the carcasses from the right side, so Kasva should probably go up to the north now and get those before MarineLorD has the opportunity. MarineLorD at his base with a scout now. The wooden tower, though, if once it goes up, and the TC should be enough to push this knight away. You said it before, Lita. The economy in this build is so compact. It's so difficult to do any damage whatsoever to this.
Yeah, I don't even know if there is any way to do that, because we have seen this build being used very frequently now with the Rus, and there's just absolutely no way to break this fast castle. You see that there is 2 tickets on that golden gate. Kasva will just sell 100 wood for 150 gold, something that he just did. He's going to rush up the Abbey of the Trinity with like 10 villagers, and he's going to start picking up relics. That's the nice thing about this build, that you have a very nice and clean follow-up to that fast castle.
MarineLorD has enough to go up, though. So he's managed to play this quite nicely with the French. He almost has enough gold. Is just waiting for that to come in, and then he can go for his Age 3 landmark as well. But definitely Kasva is going to have the smoother transition, like you said, picking up those relics with the warrior monk.
And it looks like the carcasses will also belong to him from the north. That's going to be at least 5 taken away. MarineLorD is just a little too late to the party here.
Yeah, his scouts just showing up 2 seconds too late, and 1 knight is not going to be enough to kill these. Kasva also showing up with more, and I think we had, what, 7 scouts for MarineLorD, and we had 8 scouts for Kasva, but Kasva obviously getting away with that hunt much quicker.
So now the problem for MarineLorD is that he's gonna be up against cav archers, and it looks like he's going horsemen, not even knights. Now the horsemen did receive a pierce armor buff, and they are going to be pretty resource efficient, but I'm not necessarily a big fan of light cavalry against a massive horde of cav archers in the long run.
Especially with all these stealth forests. It feels like even if you are chasing them, you can lose sight of them so easily, and then they can just pop out somewhere else.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, keeping those scouts alive is actually very valuable, because these guys can see into stealth forests, so you can acquire targets very nicely using them.
Horseman still on the way from MarineLorD, and he sets his guild hall to generate food. No, okay, now he sets it to generate gold. I was a bit concerned there, Lita.
Sometimes food generation in early Castle Age makes sense if you want to delay your transition to farms, but probably gold makes more sense because his gold mine is a lot more exposed, so he could lose control over that. Speaking of exposed, That's the other magical thing in this build order for Kasva. He doesn't even need to mine gold, so there is just no way that you can harass that gold income because there's just none. Cav Archers only costing food and wood just makes it even better.
Yeah, and especially once you get those relics in too, you can just have all that passive gold income.
Yep. You can only get some free relics into the Abbey, so you're gonna have to make a new monastery if you have more than 3, but, well, first world problems.
I love the way that Kasva is just kind of building up his numbers, and he sends all of his military up to that relic at the top first. It's also putting some hunting cabins here on the left to get some gold income.
And you see that he already has bounty level 2, and that bounty level also influences the amount of gold that you get from the hunting cabin. And of course, you can also start taking control over the sacred sites with those fast-moving warrior monks.
Here come the horsemen from MarineLorD, though. They're on the way over to that monk, and not sure if the monk's going to be able to capture that in time. Maybe
Nope.
this was the idea behind the horseman edition, Lita, just to pick off the monks first, not even to fight the army.
It's a possibility, although I feel like Kasva doesn't need the sacred sites right now. He just needs to run around and collect relics, and the horsemen won't be able to chase down those monks carrying the relics.
He's going to chase that one down. That guy will die. MarineLorD not quite seeing that hunting cabin there in the forest, so he won't know that the villager was exposed to. She was just hiding out. And now Kasva is coming forward with his main force. MarineLorD has units in that stealth forest. He's looking for the army. He's not going to see it for now, and they're just going to pass each other.
Kasva has 14 scouts in that army, so I guess he's just going to use the scouts as like a cheap and expendable torch unit to burn down buildings with.
And he's coming into the gold. He's just ignoring the horsemen for the time being from MarineLorD. MarineLorD, though, with a lot of army, and he's coming from two sides here, might get a bunch of free hits on Kasva's military.
Yeah, those are some very, very juicy hits out there. Many of those scouts do go down. Luckily for Kasva, I didn't lose a lot of Cav Archers, and that's what matters. You want to build that Cav Archer mass up.
Also, horsemen chasing another warrior monk on the left side, and I think they might kill him. He's trying to get home with that relic. I think this might be the third warrior monk that's died.
Yep, that's the third, although we have to consider that the warrior monks only cost 20 food and 100 gold here on the Abbey, and you get 100 gold per minute for relics, so it takes 1 minute for that relic to pay back the price of the monk. And now, MarineLorD is losing most of his army on the right side to the Cav Archers.
Yep, and he came forward for the berries too. He thought it was less of an army, or he thought he could push it away. He went forward with the villagers to make that mill on the berries, and he got his initial army cleared up. However, he is pushing these Cav Archers back, and he has more horsemen behind, Lita. He's trying for a pincer maneuver. He might get some really good hits here.
He does get some great hits. He's got 3 ranged armor on those horsemen, so that pierce armor is piling up. If you look at his blacksmith, he has gotten +2 defense. Kasva does not even have a blacksmith, so he's still missing out on the attack upgrades, and that's going to hurt. Although at this point, he probably wants put the Boyar's Fortitude upgrade first, that +20 HP for the horsemen.
And after all of that, the faster castle age time, the military production, I don't think Kasva has killed a villager yet. Maybe one.
Yeah. He's getting close to that board, though, and that would be a very nice pickup. That's 75 bounty for him. Let's see if he takes that. Kasva?
What's his bounty sitting at right now? His bounty's sitting at 400. And he's going to decide that that is not a good option. He's going to keep running around with the Cav Archers.
Little weird, because he could have pretty much one-shot that board, and that's 75 bounty, and that pushes him very close to that bounty level 3. It's not even the 75 gold by itself. It's
He's got to be careful here.
Ooh.
If he doesn't pay attention, he's trying to snipe the villagers, but there's an outpost there. There's a bunch of horsemen here for MarineLorD. He sends his villagers to safety in the stealth forest and then manages to kill quite a bit of the mass from Kasva.
Yeah, Kasva doesn't really have a huge mass, and he lost all the scouts that were meant to be sort of the meat shield type unit. So he's forced back, and those lack of attack upgrades are going to start hurting at some point, because that free pierce armor is no joke.
And it's Kasva's turn now to add in some early knights. That's what he's going for. Has the warrior monk in the middle. No conversions possible, though, and that warrior monk will go down. He's going to pull the army from MarineLorD closer to his TC. MarineLorD suddenly with the map control, and he's going to go deny that sacred site over on the left side, too.
He sort of needs to, as once again, MarineLorD charges in. Kasva not paying attention, losing a lot of Cav archers.
Oh, that's really bad for Kasva. Oh my goodness, MarineLorD making it work with the horsemen. Look at how many horse archers went down there. The knights are not going to be enough to stop them. The horse archers are not enough to stop them, and that second town center is denied. Crazy play from MarineLorD. Really great stuff here.
There is a warrior monk right on the left side at MarineLorD's base, but his army is looking stronger and stronger. And as you said, that was a lot of value destroyed there by MarineLorD.
Archer ranges now being added from MarineLorD, and he's going for Arbaletrier. I don't even know how to say that word.
Yeah, you can just say crossbowman, because technically that's still just a crossbowman that does have a deployable shield. But yeah, it takes some practice to say Arbaletrier.
Just casually flexing on me with the perfect pronunciation. Nice. I swear I didn't take French class for 8 years in Canada. I swear, Lita. It never happened.
I actually want to get to game number 7 and see some Landsknechts on the field, so that you can pronounce those.
I got that one quite early. All right, Kasva trying to take over that sacred site on the right again. Sacred site in the middle being contested by MarineLorD, and the sacred site on the left is neutral once again.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on for these sacred sites. MarineLorD wants to capitalize on that map control he had. But the Cav Archer mass is rebuilding for Kasva. He now has a blacksmith. So once he starts grabbing those upgrades, suddenly that army once again becomes pretty relevant.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, once again, look at his main TC, Lita. This has been a problem for Kasva. He's got what? How many villagers is that? Like 12? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a lot. Like, there's a lot of micro associated with the Cav Archers, so it's all about, like, okay, I gotta micro my Cav Archers, and every 20 seconds I just press the villager hotkey 5 times.
Still no second town center, though, from MarineLorD. So Kasva should be able to catch up fairly soon here. MarineLorD is sitting at 62 villagers. Kasva sitting at 56 currently.
Nice raid from MarineLorD on the north.
Yeah, and he's going for a ram, too.
Ooh.
Going for a ram in that stealth forest near that sacred site.
That's a clever idea if you think about it, because the ram will soak up a lot of arrow fire, and he just needs that as like an arrow sponge, sort of.
The YOLO monk on the left also dying as MarineLorD tried to take back that sacred site. He's getting the sacred sites contested at the side and at the middle too, but that's not going to work because he has so much military there, and the ram is heading in. The crossbows slash arbaletier, whatever, we'll get it someday. The French crossbows are coming, and lots of horsemen to support.
Currently the army numbers are very similar, but the unit composition seems to be much, much better for MarineLorD. Kasva just now grabbing the defense upgrade for his Cav Archers, but it's actually the range defense upgrade, which is a little surprising against the horsemen and the Arbaletrier.
Okay, big army here from Kasva, pushing this back, but it's going to be, again, Lita, where his micro with the Cav Archers just maybe wasn't there, as he took a few extra hits and then backs up afterwards. The Knights going down to the Arbaletrier from MarineLorD, and now Kasva with the pushback as the ram has to abandon the attack on the town center.
The military population was similar, but the value of the individual units was much higher for Kasva, and the thing is that once those horsemen disappeared from MarineLorD, the Cav Archers would just feast on those Arbaletrier, and now Kasva's army is much larger than MarineLorD's one.
Arbaletrier. There we go. We got it.
Yep.
We got it.
Oh, but the raids on the north. This has been a returning problem for Kasva. MarineLorD is destroying so much eco there with those two horsemen.
Yeah, and even with 2 TCs, Kasva is going to struggle to catch up in economy. to MarineLorD just because he's taking damage to his villagers and MarineLorD is not. MarineLord's sitting at 70 villagers. Kasva currently sitting at 62. However, Kasva is coming in with his main army. He's looking for opportunities to do damage in MarineLord's base, and MarineLord has some exposed economy over to the left side if Kasva goes that way.
Yeah, that's probably the best place to hit, but that's not where Kasva is going. He's just gonna take a fright straight in the base of MarineLord. A little risky, but no risk it, no biscuit.
And it looks like there will indeed be no biscuit for Kasva as he needs to back away. He was getting hit by the TC there. The Knights probably didn't do as much damage as he was hoping against the Horsemen. There was some Arbaletrier mixed in there.
And MarineLord also has 2 relics, so despite the fact that Kasva had the mobility with the warrior monks, MarineLord had an excellent early castle age with those relics, but he's waiting for an ambush, and this could be horrible for MarineLord here.
Yeah, MarineLord pulls back in time, though. And Kasva, I'm not even sure if he realized he lost those villagers in the north. He lost another one on the wood line until the horsemen got taken out, and MarineLord just constantly has the odd horseman punishing Kasva for not paying attention to his economy at the back.
Yeah, that is just such a good use of that 1-2 horseman that he had. And he's always detaching a couple of them to raid and annoy, whereas Kasva keeps his army together, so if he ever gets into MarineLord's base, he can do a lot of damage, but that never happened so far.
Right, like the way this game is progressing, Lita, it's just, why even switch off of horsemen at all if you're MarineLord? It's been working out so well. Like, you're taking cost-effective fights, you're killing villagers behind. You've had double Sacred Site control for quite a while now as he's capturing the one in the middle once again, and will likely stop Kasva contesting that one on the side.
But here comes the force of Kasva emerging from the stealth forest, and this
Oh my
might have been the
goodness.
opportunity for Kasva.
MarineLord notices quite quickly he's going to pull his villagers away, but a lot of them die there. He's shifting some of his forces back to deal with this. This is where the 1TC approach kind of bites you, right? There's nowhere to hide for his villagers.
Absolutely, that farming eco was just ripe for raiding, and now MarineLord not only has a lot of dead villagers, he also has a lot of idols, so Kasva is pulling ahead in terms of economy quite a bit.
Yep, Kasva at 70 villagers, MarineLord back at 62 again, and there's more farming eco in the south, Lita. Wow, this is a lot of damage from Kasva.
That's a whole lot of damage, and the beauty of this one is that once he's done killing all those villagers, he can escape. I think there's a narrow crossing that he can use down south over here.
Yep, oil them up, squeeze them through. There you go.
Oh boy, that's a lot of dead villagers. 73 currently is the villa count for Kasva. MarineLord is down to 53, so in just 1 or 2 minutes he lost 20-ish villagers. And there is the next wave of Cav Archers coming in from Kasva.
And Kasva can loop back around with the first wave while MarineLord is a little bit distracted at the front here and potentially do some more damage again. I would have loved to see a lot of outposts, or just even a few outposts set up from MarineLord and that exposed eco before that happened. Just for a place for his villagers to hide.
And here come the Cav Archers once again. MarineLord adjusts to this one, but he's going to lose 5, 6, 7 villagers before he gets this one cleaned up.
Yep. And it's going to be down to about 50 villagers for him. Kasva is going to be up to around 80 villagers with the double TC production.
Yeah. At this point, I think Kasva can afford to lose those Cav Archers and just kill a couple more villagers. Looks like he's gonna pull back, and oh, Lord Doubt smile upon us.
Yeah, going for a keep. There is a wooden fortress behind, so Kasva can garrison these villagers in here until he gets army to support. But the keep is denied for the time being, and MarineLord actually going for a ram to push this position. However, the army numbers from Kasva are looking quite good right now.
Yeah, they are looking quite good, and once that keep goes up, it's actually a very, very good position to hold. Quite a lot of Arbalestry out, which will destroy the Knights, but not the Cav Archers.
And the villagers are building once again. The military from MarineLord is behind, along with a ram. It's a big amount of military here from MarineLord, but with the keep now down, feels like it's only a matter of time before Kasva wipes it up. But look at the numbers here from MarineLorD. And there's not much production from Kasva behind this.
Yeah, Kasva was pretty low on numbers. He had a couple of archers mixed in that just don't work well against either the horsemen or the knights or the arbaletier. But I feel like for MarineLorD, he has to charge this one, but he's going to lose so much value that it's going to be difficult to replenish.
Opportunity for MarineLorD to do some damage now. Obviously, Kasva has the wooden fortress available and the TC nearby to defend his eco, but it could be kind of reversal here as MarineLorD comes in and tries to snipe a bunch of villagers, is also pushing that keep in the middle.
Yeah, and a lot of villagers were lost on the keep that they were trying to snipe the ram, and suddenly Kasva is down to 67 villagers, MarineLorD is at 57, so he decreased that villager gap to 10.
Yep. Military numbers rule all in Age of Empires 4, right? I mean, you can't underestimate the snowball as Kasva is back to repairing that keep once again, but MarineLorD is there with superior amounts of army, and he's going to kill more villagers. He's still killing villagers in the farming eco from Kasva, and where is the military from Kasva?
They're garrisoned
It's all
in
garrisoned
TC.
in his TC.
But why? You need those cav archers on the left side to start killing those stuff, because now MarineLorD is killing all the eco of Kasva. MarineLorD now has the villager lead. Kasva is down to 53.
MarineLorD looks like he's going to win this game as Kasva on garrisons to go after that ram. He's not going to get it. That's more villagers dead from him. MarineLorD is sitting at 60. Kasva is at 44 right now. He just lost this game in the space of 3 minutes.
Maybe, does he even know he's got cav archers garrisoned in TC? Maybe he thinks he lost them, because it's just so weird that you're not moving out to take that army down and just relying on the town center fire as Kasva taps out.
Honestly, after those raids, I think Kasva should have just pulled his military back, sat on that keep foundation, got it up, and then massed military behind it. There was no need for him to like stall out military production whatsoever.
Yeah, and I feel like if he feels that he can't keep that keep alive, maybe even just pull the villagers and give up on it, because part of the reason why he fell so much behind in villager count is because he lost like 20-25 villagers trying to destroy that ram.
Wow. I didn't expect to see that turnaround, but MarineLorD has tied up the series. That was a great game. There was raids back and forth. The villager count was constantly fluctuating. MarineLorD, however, countering the horse archers a little bit with just horsemen for the most